gorilla, nature. Bro, let's go skate. Dude, E equals MC squared. Nerd for life.
Hello, hello, hello. How's it going, you guys? Your boy, Pastor Darius here. Very excited. Here we are. This is actually the third video. The third in this series that we're working on, right? The series that we're working on, we're talking about the God who destroys governments. And a lot of people would be like, okay, well, why would God destroy the governments? Well, a lot of the time, the governments that we're dealing with is people, individuals who think that they, because of the amount of money that they have, the power that they have over people, they feel that they are like God. But just because you become successful doesn't make you God. You hear what I'm saying? Anyway, let's hop straight into the Bible scripture. We're looking at 2 Kings chapter 17, and this is verse 18. And it says, "So the Lord was very angry with Israel and removed them from his presence. Only the tribe of Judah was left." It's crazy because, like, these are God's chosen, right? The tribe of Israel. Israel is God's chosen people. And sometimes because people think that because they are close to God, it means that they are untouchable. In their own minds, they believe that no wrong can go to them, even if they do the wrong things. And I'm here to tell you right now, man, that is not a fact. If you are not following the instructions that God has given you, don't expect God's grace. Don't expect God's safety over your life. Just because you have been chosen, you may even be in the right faith, right? Because Christianity, I'm telling you, bro, Christianity is the one. It is the one. There are other faiths out there. There's Islam, there's Judaism, but all of these faiths out there, you even have Buddhism, you have a lot of different faith belief systems. And a lot of these faiths are based off of your ability to do the right thing. The thing that is lacking is the fact that no human in all of history of life has lived a perfect life. Only Jesus. Only Jesus. So in Christianity, what we've learned is that it is not by our doing. Because I remember it was the Apostle Paul who wrote, "Faith without works is dead." What this means is that if you can have faith, but if you're not doing the right things according to the way that God instructed us to live our lives, right? Then all the things that you believe will not make your life right. And this is a fact. So let's go ahead and hop into the Bible story, right? The Bible story we're talking about, right? It says, let's just hop straight into it. It says, the fall of the northern kingdom of Israel and to Assyria. And this happened in 2 Kings, verse 17. And it says, for centuries, the northern kingdom of Israel turned away from God, embracing idolatry and disobeying his laws. Despite warnings from prophets, they persisted in their unfaithfulness. As a result, God allowed the powerful Assyrian Empire to conquer them, leading to the exile and dispersal of 10 tribes of Israel. This even served as a judgment on a government and society that had rejected God's covenant and embraced wickedness. So, right now, we're living in some very interesting times, right? We have idolatry is on a whole new level in this current day. If you look at social media, a lot of people think that because of the amount of followers that they have, if a person has like 1 million followers, they think that they're like untouchable, right? They think that everything that they do is right. And this is why we see a lot of these huge influencers under attack by the media. I mean, I tell you, man, like one of my favorite things to watch on is Snapchat. I tell you, man, I go on Snapchat, and that's probably like the one I spend the most time on, because mainly because I like to watch cooking videos. But on Snapchat, bro, they be people be getting eaten alive. A lot of these big influencers that got millions of followers, man. You know, the media people tear these people to shreds on Snapchat, bro. Like straight up, man. They talk about the things that these people have been trying to hide, you know, and you may be able to hide the evil things that you do from the general public, but I tell you now, man, these media people, bro, they will be on you, bro. Like they got paparazzi out there. They're watching all the time, man. They're always watching these super successful individuals, and they catch them a lot of the time in their lives and in their secret lives, the things that they're trying to hide. So the fact is, it doesn't matter how much influence you may have over the people, bro. There are great individuals who have fallen. I remember so you know, I'm a student, right? I'm taking law classes right now, and I'm studying law. And recently, one of my teachers had us talk about, oh man, what is the lady's name? There was a huge issue with this lady. She was like a huge wealthy person. She ended up going to jail behind because what was it? Man, she had insider trading. Martha Stewart, that was the lady. Martha Stewart. Now, Martha Stewart thought that she thought she was above the law. She thought because of the amount of wealth that she had, she thought she's untouchable, right? And you know what? Martha Stewart ended up going to jail behind her because she thought that she could just do no wrong. And this is the issue with a lot of these very wealthy and successful people. This is the issue with a lot of people who are running the governments. They think that they are untouchable, that nothing that they do is wrong, nothing they say is wrong. But I tell you, man, there is always going to be opposition. No matter what, there's always going to be opposition. There's going to be somebody who's out there watching all the things that you're trying to do in secret. And when those secret things be brought to the light, because in the scripture it says the things that are done in the dark will be brought to the light. You hear what I'm saying? Because you can't hide from hackers. You hear what I'm saying? You can't hide from the hackers, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you better be on the up and up all the time is what I'm saying. So let's hop into let's continue with this story, right? Um, yeah, yeah, we're gonna hop into the historical figure, right? Historical figure. Historical figure is Rani Lakshmibai, Lakshmibai of Jhansi. Interesting. Right. She was a key figure in the Indian Rebellion of 1857 against the British East India Company, which effectively acted as a government in India. Despite facing a far superior military force, Rani Lakshmibai, I think that's how you say it, fiercely resisted the British, becoming a symbol of resistance against colonial rule. Though ultimately unsuccessful in her immediate goal, her bravery and defiance inspired future generations in the fight for Indian independence against a powerful empire. Now, as we all know, right, because of Mahatma Gandhi, right, you know, India was able to gain its freedom from the British Empire, right? If you guys don't know this, I mean, I don't know what to say. I think your teachers in school probably failed, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't know that India got their freedom from the British, this is more, this is international, right? This is the international history, right? I know in the United States, all students are required to take American history, but we don't typically learn about all the international history, the things that have happened around the world. This isn't, I don't know if it's mandatory for all students to take those specific classes, but the fact is that there are people in current day who consistently are forced, who are oppressed through the governments. And I'm not saying that you need to rebel against your government. I'm not saying that in any way, shape, or form, right? Me personally, I believe that there is a right and a wrong way to do things. Currently in the United States, right? Like, one of the main reasons why I'm here in Spain right now, why I left the United States, is because of all the chaos that's happening, right? The United States is split. When I left Boston, they were protesting in Boston, protesting President Trump, and they were protesting ICE. And then, because ICE has been like rounding up people and sending them back to their home countries. And then over uh, in in California, they were doing the same things, right? You guys, what I would really like is I would like you guys to go and post some comments. What do you think about ICE and about Donald Trump's, the administration that's currently running the United States? Do you think that ICE is in the right? Do you think that Donald Trump is in the right for going and taking people? I mean, it's gotten so crazy currently that right, if we look at the administration, they recently passed laws. This is why I'm studying law. They recently passed a law where they can even take people who were born in the United States and they can send those people. They recently just passed a law about this. I'll post about it somewhere in there. I'll post, like, the law and all that stuff, right? Just, for knowledgeable basis. My goal is to inform and help people to understand, right? This is what the whole goal of any of my podcast is, right? Of course, we want to inform and we want to help people to understand what's happening in the world. And we don't want you guys to be living in fear and worry and stress and anxiety, because through understanding, that's when we have peace. When you understand what is happening in the government, when you understand the laws in your country, then you can have peace, because you know what is legal and what is illegal. And so the current administration has been passing laws, and recently one of the laws that they passed it allows ICE to deport people who were born in the United States. Because before, right, according to the law, if you were born in the United States, you're considered an American citizen, and they can't deport you because your parents came here illegally. But with the passing of the new law, right, now they're able to deport people who were born here but were brought through illegal means. You hear what I'm saying? I don't know if you guys think this is crazy or if you think it's okay. Whatever you think, just go and post in the comments. Let's talk about this. Let's try and create discussion, because that's the goal of all the posts that we're doing here. We want to discuss what is happening in the world and what is happening around the world, because my goal is to make a difference. I care about all people. I don't have the luxury to not care about people. As a pastor, we're taught, like, when I was being raised up and I was learning about Christianity, they taught us about the love of Jesus and the importance of sacrifice for the greater good, right? What is the love of Jesus is the real question, right? What did Jesus teach us? Because Jesus came and died. And, the whole point of Jesus dying is because there are no people who were able to live a perfect life. There has not been one all the way back to Abraham, Moses, Isaac, none, not one individual was able, not any of the disciples. I mean, even one of the greatest disciples, the apostle Peter, Caiaphas, right? He cursed he was cursed. When he cursed, he started cursing when they said, hey, man, he was with Jesus. He started cursing and saying, hey, man, I was not with the man. I don't know the man. You heard what I'm saying? Like, bro. So, even the greatest of the disciples has done wrong. Even the Apostle Paul. A lot of people look at the Apostle Paul. They say, oh, the Apostle Paul is a great example, right, of, what it means to be Christian. And I tell you now, even the Apostle Paul, before he became the Apostle Paul, he was a Christian killer. Right? He murdered Christians. It was only I remember it happened, he was riding on, his donkey or the horse or whatever it was, and then Jesus appeared and he was blind. I think he was blind for like 3 days. And then essentially, he had to go to the same Christians who he was killing, and one of the Christians healed him of his blindness. And from that moment forth, he became a servant of God. I believe in there he also talked to Jesus. But, you guys, I tell you, man, it doesn't matter how powerful you think that the government is, man. Governments fall. People, the tyrants, all the tyrants of the world. We look back at history. I'm talking real life history. All the tyrants have all fallen. Every tyrant that has ever lived. All the way back from Pharaoh, if we look at the Caesars, right? Like, I mean, dude, there is no people on this planet who are above retribution from God. All have lived, all have died. The only one I know who was able to conquer death was Jesus Christ. And this is the one thing that separates Christianity from all other faiths. Because the Prophet Muhammad, he died, didn't come back. Buddha died, didn't come back. You hear what I'm saying? So, it doesn't matter what faith. The only one I know that lived a perfect life is Jesus Christ, you guys. And this is what separates us. It is by our faith in Jesus that we are brought into the kingdom of God, that we are guaranteed eternal life. So stop worrying. Stop living stressed. The world is filled with chaos. There are rumors of war. All types of stuff are happening. But I tell you now, man, these governments, they have limited power too. I mean, there are stories about people who stood up against governments in the Bible, right? They have stories. Who was it? The 3 guys. There was 3 guys who stood up against the government, right? And, they cast them into the fire. And then there was like, wait, I don't know what's going on. There's only supposed to be 3 in the fire, but there seems to be 4 people in there. And then essentially they ended up coming out of the fire unscathed, which is crazy because the people who cast them in, it said that the people that cast them into the fire, right? There was people who cast them in and they died just from the heat of the fire. They didn't even go in the fire themselves, but they died from the heat, from the amount of heat of the fire. And now these 3 went in there, came out alive. You guys, there ain't no faith like Christianity, bro. And you have no reason to be living in torment and suffering. You hear what I'm saying? Like, bro, cut that from your life, bro. It's time for you to take up the life that God has for you. It's time to take up the cup of faith. In the Bible, I know what is it? It's in Psalms. It says, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a cup before me in the presence of my enemy. You guys, there are people who are going to be praying for your downfall. And these people who hate you, they're going to watch you live a blessed life, and they're going to hate you for it. But your job is to focus on Christ, focus on the creator of all existence, focus on the one who gives life. You know, I remember when I was younger, I used to be so worried all the time, man. I used to get so angry when I was younger. I used to get in a lot of fights when I was younger and stuff like that. And, you know, we don't have to live in a constant state of worry and stress and anxiety. You know, I studied the psychology when I took the psychology classes, man. I tell you, God, psychology has been a godsend for me, man. It helped me to start asking why I am feeling this way and to start looking deeper into the things that were causing me stress and anxiety. And essentially, what I came out with is I learned that I don't need to react to every situation that I'm put through. You don't always have to react to every person's disrespect in your life. You guys learn from old people, bro. I don't know if you've noticed, but the reason why I really love old people is because it seems like nothing bothers them. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, the stuff that bothers us as young people, like, we're so easily aggravated, so easily stressed out, so easily pushed to anxiety. You hear what I'm saying? Like, bro, it seems like the stress and the worries of the world, we take them into our lives as if us stressing and worrying is going to fix the problem. I promise you, bro, stress, worry, anxiety is not the solution. Take peace. Take peace and live a peaceful life. Live a peaceful existence. You don't have to spend your entire life trying to be like the greatest religious people in this world, man. I tell you, there are some people who are so religious that they judge every person around them, bro. Man, that is not peace, bruh. That is not peace. Judging every person around you because of their wrongs. What about the things that you do wrong? What if somebody spent all their time just watching every single thing that you did wrong and judged you for it? How would that make you feel? So maybe it's time for us as Christians to start living like Jesus. Jesus had compassion on the people that judged him, even on the deathbed. When Jesus was dying, Jesus said, "Forgive them, for they know not what they do." I mean, bro, this is literally the difference between the Christian faith and any other faith. Other faiths teach us to hate, to have anger, to have bitterness. You know what I'm saying? Like, straight up, bro, that it's okay to to have hatred in your heart. Bro, I tell you now, release it, because it's a bondage that you don't need. Your hatred for other people keeps you in bondage. While those people are living their life and enjoying it, you're sitting here hating them for it. Let it go, bro. Right now, at this moment, this is the message for you. Let it go. Straight up. Live your life and live in peace. Live in peaceful enjoyment. Don't allow people to take you out of your state of peaceful enjoyment. Live in that state consistently. Don't react to people. Let people do things. Think about it for a time. You hear what I'm saying? And react later. React later. Think about it for a time. What does this really mean? Is this thing that this person did, is it really going to destroy my life today? Is it going to destroy my future? Am I never going to have a good life because of it? If it's not, then bro, let it go. Move on. Anyway, you guys, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Very important, man. I need you guys' support, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm out here right now, and I'm out here on faith, bro. So I know there's some people here who have been so blessed. God has blessed you financially in such a great way. And you've been waiting for the opportunity to make a difference in the world. Bro, I'm on a mission right now to change the world. It is my one goal in life, to travel the world and to influence people to live the most amazing life possible. It is my one mission. And I tell you, man, it is through your sacrifice. I tell you, I've given thousands and thousands. Nobody has given more to the ministry than I have. And I'm talking like cold, hard cash, bro. I was looking at the statistics, man. Bro, in 1 year, I gave over 20 grand to our nonprofit, to this nonprofit right here, bro. And because of it, I received the hundredfold blessings, man. hundredfold blessings. I know, like right now, things are tough, but I tell you, bro, God has some things are happening, and God has opened a door for me to receive almost $150,000. Woo! Did you hear me? 150 grand, bro. I'm about to drop, as soon as that money drops into my account, I'm about to drop like 5-10 grand, bro, into the nonprofit so we can continue to support the kids who are living in the poor countries. You know what I'm saying? Because we have to, I tell you, your blessing, your greatest blessing in life, you know how it comes? It comes through self-sacrifice, right? I tell you, I could have a brand new Mercedes Benz right now. I could have had a brand new Mercedes Benz. I could have had the house that I wanted, everything. But I said, Lord, your mission is more important than my personal comfort. Your mission is more important than my personal comfort. And I was willing to give, bro. And if you look at Matthew, I think it's chapter 19, it talks about the hundredfold blessing. You guys, for those of you who are wondering why your money isn't multiplying, because I know a lot of people like to make it seem like money doesn't matter, it's not important. Bro, I promise you, man, I know money's important. I know it matters because, we use money to feed homeless people on the street. I've done it for years. You know what I'm saying? It took money to be able to buy the food, to buy the resources. You know what I'm saying? So you guys, if you guys you looking for that hundredfold blessing, go to our GoFundMe, make a donation today, bro, and watch what God will do to your life. You guys stay blessed. It's your boy, Pastor Darius. I hope you guys enjoyed this message, and I hope that this message has impact. You guys stay motivated. Your boy, Pastor Darius. This is another episode of Pastor Darius Knows Things. Catch you guys on the next one. Peace.